Hey Polytopians, we're back, this time with one of the most explosive tribes in the game, XIN-XI. Starting with climbing, this tribe is known for their magnificent forges and legions of giants. I'm Chris, and these are the best moments from the semis and finals of the XIN-XI qualifiers. Let's jump into it. Up first is the semifinal match between Mixu and LeLiberateur. Mixu shows us the power of an emerging strategy, XIN-XI Philosophy Rush. After going for the lighthouse early and getting a star ruin, he immediately goes into meditation. Then, on turn 5, Mixu purchases Philosophy, Forestry, Mining, and Smithery, giving him a huge tech advantage. Just 2 turns later, he gets his first 2 giants and puts himself in a commanding position. Expediting the game even further, he pushes his giant towards the center using the Altar of Peace Monument, pressing his advantage. LeLiberateur does not roll over, however. With markets down on turn 10, it seems like he is poised to secure the majority of the map and an economic lead. He then deftly denies Mixu's giant siege, finding a clutch series of explorers to get Eye of God and giant push. After some back and forth over control of the lake, Mixu finally breaks through in the west, landing a giant siege. LeLiberateur, not out of tricks yet, responds with a beautiful Houdini. Finally, on turn 23, Mixu throws the kitchen sink. And it pays off! He takes LeLiberateur's city for good and forces a resignation. Game 2 opens with a bang. Mixu achieves the mythical turn 4 giant, then immediately follows that with a second giant on turn 5. This momentum translates into an attack when he goes for mathematics, pushing back LeLiberateur and forcing him on defense right away. Scrambling to defend, LeLiberateur trains 2 catapults of his own. Despite managing to kill a giant, LeLiberateur is unable to stop Mixu's thunderous triple siege, which proves to be lights out. Mixu moves to the finals, where he will face the winner of Willibomb and Titi. Next up is the semifinal match between Willibomb and Titi. Willibomb opens the scoring with 2 giants on turn 7 that stare down Titi's low-level cities. Quick to respond, Titi gets a giant of his own and secures his north city with a clutch wall. Despite that, Willibomb is able to break through with the help of a veteran swordsman. At the same time, his scouts seize control of the central lake, cutting off Titi's expansion hopes in the east. With no way to claw back the lead, Titi resigns. Willibomb shows us another unique opening in Game 2, XIN-XI Chop Rush. After buying some opening text to get his economy rolling, he gets Forestry before capturing his 3rd city, allowing him to clear away all of the forests in his terrain and afford further upgrades. This provides him with an almost free tech lead. Titi, not to be outdone by Willibomb's early development, finds a way to get a whopping 4 giants on turn 10. Willibomb responds 2 turns later with Trade, pushing the game toward its conclusion at breakneck pace. Titi thrusts towards the west side of the map with 3 of his giants, and while they succeed at securing that village, the cost is steep. Willibomb's remaining giants commit to a devastating attack on the center of Titi's position, taking out his remaining giants and blowing a hole in his defenses. Titi frantically tries to hold on with a bomber and defenders, but is ultimately defeated by the man with bomb in his name. Willibomb will meet Mixu in the finals. The first game between these familiar faces doesn't truly get going until the 11th turn, when Mixu drops down an imposing set of markets. Responding immediately, Willibomb does the same, and the 2 posture for the oncoming naval battle. The tension finally breaks when Willibomb shoves his juggernauts forward, taking space and making room for his oncoming defenders. Despite Mixu's well-timed response, Willibomb, true to his nature, is ready with an incredible splash onto 5 juggernauts. Brutal. This doesn't faze Mixu, however, who rolls with the punches and makes 2 bombers of his own. In the end, Willibomb's heroics are not enough to save him, and he is crushed under the might of Mixu's superior navy. Willibomb starts off the second game aggressively, using early meeting stars and some light pressure with his first few warriors to afford archery. Mixu quickly finds himself in trouble, losing the ability to contest a critical city in the north between the 2 players. With everything seeming to be falling apart for Mixu, his hopes are answered in the form of a star ruin, which allows him to get 3 giants right in the face of his opponent. The position stalemates shortly thereafter, but Willibomb proves his advantage by getting into trade first. A few short turns later, and that lead enables him to close out the game with knights. We have ourselves Game 3. Game 3 sees another early game ruin push Mixu towards his first giant. Willibomb, however, is not phased, using his streamlined opening to afford a giant of his own and quickly equalize. Unfortunately for Willibomb, though, Mixu's attack is too swift and too sweeping to stop. A tide of archers helps him to assert control over the ruin, and Willibomb is ultimately unable to stop Mixu's first giant from walking straight into his undefended city. Without the ability to recapture what he lost, Willibomb realizes the game is up and resigns. Mixu is your XIN-XI champion and will represent them in the upcoming face-offs. Well played to all the finalists in the tournament, and we hope to see you in the next one. I hope you enjoyed watching this round of the qualifiers. Mixu was the Yadak representative last year and is looking to punch his ticket to Sweden with a different tribe this time round. I look forward to seeing more of his brilliance. If you liked the video, leave a comment on your favorite highlight. Also, be sure to join us for the Hoodrick qualification rounds. Expect incredible markets, pesky ranged units, and dense forests from our mushroom-eating friends. Until next time, peace.